Sarah, how many times have I told you not to keep your bag in the living room? Sorry, Mom, but Jackson's bag is also there. You never scold him. Sarah, no back talk. Pick it up. I watched her wear the backpack and run off to her room. I knew she was right, but I wasn't worried about Jackson at all. Sarah, on the other hand, I didn't understand what my mother-in-law had against her. I'd seen her take money from her bag on multiple occasions. Whenever I'd caught her, she would shrug it off, saying she was just checking and keeping her things properly, as Sarah was so irresponsible. I talked to my husband about it as well, but he always thought I had misunderstood it. My husband Ryan and I have been married for 13 years. Our kids, Sarah and Jackson, were 12 and 8. Ryan was a busy doctor while I tutored kids at a primary school in town. I was able to be at home on time to take care of the house and the kids. Thus, only I had always noticed how differently my mother-in-law treated Sarah and Jackson. It was another afternoon as I packed up my stuff and was about to leave the school. I walked out and noticed Ryan's car. He beamed at me when I came out and waved for me to come over. Ryan was a thoughtful husband. He had been able to get out of work early and had decided to pick me up with some flowers. We had a small yet beautiful villa with glass windows in the living room that opened up to the backyard. Ryan and I had shopped for some groceries, so we walked in through the back door, and as I was unlocking it, Ryan was continuously staring through the glass window. "What is it?" His expressions had scared me, and I had come over to the window to see. There she was, my mother-in-law, taking out money from Sarah's bag, going over her way to search through all the pockets and take out all the pennies. She picked up Jackson's bag and kept it in her lap and put the money in his bag. Both of us stood there still, confused at what we had just witnessed. My husband walked in hurriedly, and I followed him. Seeing him walk in, my mother-in-law's face turned pale. "Ryan, you were home so early today." "I am, but what were you just doing?" "I just was cleaning the bags. So much dust on them. The kids, they don't know how to keep their things clean." "I saw what you did, Mom. We were both outside the window." "Oh, Whitty, when will you stop complaining about me? To Ryan, what have I done to you?" "She didn't complain. I saw it, Mom. What were you doing?" She put the bag beside herself on the couch and stood up. "I don't think you should be spending so much on your daughter, Ryan." "What do you even mean?" "She's a girl. She doesn't need all this money, all this education. I am your mother. I hate seeing your money go to waste." "Are you hearing yourself, Mom?" "Oh, Ryan, let's not pretend you don't understand. Jackson is more important. His education, his health, everything should have priority. Girls don't need so much attention." "Mom, my kids, both of them, are equal to me. I don't want to listen to all this bullshit. Put Sarah's money back in her bag, and I shouldn't see you touching her bag again." "Are you really threatening me? Your own mother?"
"I won't tolerate you mistreating my daughter."
"Ah, yes, keep wasting all of it. Waste all of your money."
"Not another word."
My mother-in-law was taken aback. She stayed silent until he had walked out of the room. "I don't understand. She's your granddaughter. You've brought her up like yourself. I don't want Jackson to grow up in any competition. How is he going to be a strong man if he's put in comparison to his sister? He should always have more. Isn't it enough that I've let you have that meager school job? You think it suits you to go out in all your tight clothes to teach? Just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I don't see how much effort you put into to look pretty every morning." "Let me? It's my job. Of course, I go out well dressed." "Whatever. I don't care. You've already stolen my son, and your daughter is just like you, with all these stupid dreams and whatnot. You should keep her at home. Imagine all the bad things she might learn outside." "Do you really think like this? I can't believe it."
As I was about to give her a piece of my mind, Jackson and Sarah walked in. They both were hungry, so I ignored my mother-in-law and went to make us all some lunch. We decided it was best to let the matter go today. My mother-in-law was controversial. We all knew that. I just hoped my children didn't get influenced by her. They were too young to have any permanent impressions, but I was still worried. I didn't want to stress out Ryan by discussing it, so I decided to keep mum until I saw anything else happen. Unfortunately, the day wasn't as far as I'd hoped. It was a Sunday evening, and all of us were in the living room. Ryan was watching a football match, and I was checking some schoolwork. Suddenly, we heard Sarah scream, and we rushed towards her room. As we got to the staircase to go upstairs, we saw Sarah rolling down the stairs. My husband rushed to help her out. He saw that she was bleeding from her forehead and had some scratches everywhere else. As Ryan was a doctor, we didn't need to call anyone for help. He decided to help her out himself. He carried her to the living room couch and put her in. My mother-in-law and Jackson followed us downstairs. My husband was tending to her injuries and I was consoling her. How did it happen, Sarah? Sarah stared at her brother Jackson, who looked down at his feet sheepishly.
Oh, just a clumsy little thing. Don't you know how to walk, Sarah? It's okay, Whitty. Girls, you know they're a bit slow in the development department. She will be fine.
Jackson, did something happen between the two of you?
I'm sorry, Sarah. He wiped off some tears from his cheeks. Are you okay? It's okay, Jackie. You didn't push me. Pushed? I was just trying to sort out the fighting between the kids. By pushing one of them from the stairs? This wouldn't have happened if you had spent some time teaching your daughter some manners. What? She had his car and he wanted it, so I tried to take it from her and she wouldn't budge and it just happened. So you pushed her off over a toy car? No, I told you should teach her some manners. She shouldn't be taking anything from Jackson. Isn't it enough that you spent the same on both of them?
That's enough. It's our wish to spend our money on whoever we want. Mom, I will have to ask you to leave if you continue like this. Sarah could have gotten hurt today. Ryan shouted out.
So you are going to kick me out just so you can spoil your daughter?
So I can keep her safe, yes.
Grandma keeps hitting Sarah. Hitting? Hit? I'm just trying to fix her behavior.
Do you have no shame?
Shame? For trying to fix your mistakes. Your daughter has her head up in the clouds. I should push you both down the stairs. Women like you ruin our society anyway.
All right, pack your bags.
Pack?
I don't think I want you in this house with my kids and my wife.
He ushered the kids upstairs and I went to help Sarah get to her room. When I came back, I saw my mother-in-law in the living room with her bags in a heated argument with Ryan. Ryan had decided to send her off to an old age home in another city. They argued back and forth for a long time, but Ryan had made up his mind. I watched my mother-in-law leave as I simply stood at the side. I didn't even want to interact with her, just so I could avoid arguing with her. It was sad that my mother-in-law thought like this and there was no cure for it. She had to come to that realization herself. We never saw my mother-in-law again, as neither I nor Ryan wanted her to have any relationship with our kids. Ryan would travel every 6 months to see her and keep a track of her health. Her leaving the house made her house come to life. I noticed how much Sarah was holding back because of my mother-in-law. I saw the two kids playing and fighting all together like they should. Our contentment was worth the distance from her, even if it was hard on Ryan. I was glad that I had a husband who could tell the difference between right and wrong and take actions according to that.